everybody, and you kind of ruined my intro there. There's probably like a quick bit of you going, okay, at the start. You can already see I'm with MrManiac. So, we're on Michael Place. That's probably where I'm going to upload this. I have nowhere else to do it. I'm going to call this... I don't know what to call this. I'll think of a name for this when I write the description. Basically, it's us. Well, it's, you know, both of us talking random stuff. I'm just going to be playing Faster Than Light for this new ship I just unlocked with the sound off, whilst you're gonna research something topical that we can talk about. Hopefully, I want to make this like an hour long or something. I'm trying. This is just like a pilot episode. Tell me what you think in the comments. So, something topical. Go.
I know what you should call this. Movie general discussion. I've been thinking about making a podcast called that.
No, I think we should just call it editing general discussion, really. It really is. We're just talking about, like, random stuff here.
Anyway.
Go on. Something topical. What can we talk about?
So, alright. Let's search on this actually really cool website called, what's it called? Zergnet. It's got loads of cool articles. You can just search it, and then you can search up a certain kind of topic, either comics or anything like that. Alright, so it's pick something random. Alright, so there's Fallout 4 will not have a demo.
Okay.
Where has Luke Skywalker been? I've actually wanted to talk about this. There are some theories that... Oh, can you see my share screen?
I'll
turn it off anyway.
It's buffering. It's buffering horribly.
Yeah, I've turned it off. Apparently the absence is because something physical has happened to him. So that will kind of give spoilers away in the film.
So he's been like wounded and has to like sit in like a...
because you know rumors where he is apparently Kylo Ren. Apparently something...
He's not Kylo Ren.
Something physically that has changed about him will ruin a big part of the film. That's the theory.
I don't think he's Kylo Ren though. He just isn't Kylo Ren. It's just like not happening.
There's about a 10% possibility in my opinion. But apparently something physical has happened to him.
Like he like wrecked his legs or something.
So something physical has happened to him. So they don't want to put him on a poster. Either that or they're going to kill him off.
Well, we do see in the trailer Rey crying over someone's body. You know, the Daisy Ridley character. In the trailer you do see her crying over what appears to be someone's body. So, people are gonna die. Someone's gonna die. Also, I think it's good to see that Han Solo is actually playing quite a big part in the plot.
Yeah, it would make sense because I've watched this thing. I think it was IGN or something. They put a video up which was literally they edited all the 3 trailers, kind of put it into a kind of rough thing, as in the sequence of what's going to happen. Kind of a rough kind of edit like that.
Oh yeah.
Kind of put all the little shots in kind of sequence. It looks cool. Have you heard the theory that either Han Solo or Finn or what's his name? The guy who I forget what his name was. Oscar Isaac plays.
Oh yeah.
One of those 3 is gonna die, or Chewbacca.
No, we already lost Chewbacca once in the expanded universe. No, seriously,
everyone keeps picking that up.
Died in the
Everyone I
expanded
talk to
universe,
about
and it was so
brings
sad.
that. Everyone I talk to about this brings that up. But
like every Star Wars fan, such as myself, knows that Chewbacca died, and it was so sad. I mean, like, and he died saving people, and like, I'm ranting. Go on, keep talking.
Yeah, I'm not really a massive Star Wars fan with the expanded universe and everything. I'm more
think progressive interest of.
Yeah, it's kind of
I'm a huge nerd about the expanded universe. I've always found some of the stuff in it to be really messy.
Yeah, I'm not a massive Star Wars fan. I know a lot than the usual person would would know, but I don't know a lot. I know general stuff.
Yeah,
a lot.
you know your way around it better than the
I know a lot of trivia and stuff and about random things, but there's nothing I know in particular everything about. There's nothing like that for me.
Yeah, I can't say I know loads about one particular subject, though I know my way around the expanded universe pretty well, and I have read a couple of them. Novels, like, there's a great one called Darth Plagueis by, what's his name, James Facino? Something like that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, it is really good. It's worth a read, because it makes you see the prequels in a whole new light. When you...
By the way, if you're watching on the Michael's channel, go check out my channel.
What?
Movies in general.
Well,
it's today's actually my 1 year anniversary.
Which, for movies in general or your Minecraft channel?
Yeah, but anyway.
I'll post a link to movies in general in the description below. I still haven't thought what to call this. No, well. So, yeah.
Alright, so.
What else we got?
By the way, so what else we have? We also have, I should have made a list of this, honestly.
Yeah, we should do that next time, actually. Make like a list.
Make a list of we should do this probably once a week, honestly.
However often we want.
Yeah, maybe one every half a week, because just get all the recent topics.
Because whatever the heck we want, whenever the heck we want.
Yeah,
It's
but
our
anyway.
YouTube channel. You ain't ordering me back.
But anyway, have you seen The Golden Compass?
No. Heard about it. Haven't actually watched it, though.
I actually watched it. I was watching when I was 5 or something. All I remember about it is that I was really, really bored all the way through.
Apparently the books are good, but the film isn't as good as the books. If
Yeah.
you know
Owen Callan in my class. He says they're really good. The books.
Yeah, I've heard that series. Apparently, the book series is like really good, but the film kind of they kind of messed it up a bit.
Yeah, but anyway, this article's called 5 Literary Adaptions That Absolutely Deserve a Second Movie. It's on Cinema Blend, so you can check it out yourself if you want.
So, what are these adaptions? I shall give my opinions.
All right. Yeah, the Golden Compass was one.
Yeah.
It was just really boring.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll probably watch it at some point. Do I have it? I lost the DVD.
I think the Golden Compass, by the sounds of it, I haven't watched it, but by the sounds, I'd say it's the kind of thing that could be improved in a sequel.
Yeah, it's actually something. If I watch it again, I'm probably actually gonna like it more than I did, because I have a better attention span at the moment. Because
you do not have brain of a 5-year-old.
All right, here's another one. Something called Master and the Commander: Far Side of the World. Never heard of it. Never even seen it.
What? Neither have
Master and Commander:
This
Far
anime.
Side of the World. I've not even heard of this.
Yes, I repeat. Is this like some obscure anime that's really popular in Japan or something?
Let's just skip over that. John Carter.
John Carter?
Now, this is something I think this is probably in my opinion, the second most underrated live-action Disney film. My first actually being The Lone Ranger.
Really? Apparently The Lone Ranger was, it bombed because it was just kind of meh. That's what I heard.
Yeah, but I actually liked it. I definitely liked it more than the Star Wars prequels, that's for sure.
Yes, but most films are better than the Star Wars prequels.
I suppose, but this is probably the second best Mars movie. After The Martian, because there are not very many good Mars movies.
There aren't many movies set on Mars. What do you expect?
Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. Here's the thing about this.
Yeah, that was supposed to be alright, wasn't it?
I loved it. It's brilliant, honestly, in my opinion.
Seen it. You might watch it now from your theories and recommendations.
I've read the first 4 books, and this was based on the first 3. So
Oh, did they condense?
yeah, they're all actually quite short. They're about
Okay.
150 pages each book. That's actually quite
Yeah,
short.
that's pretty short. But they didn't because when you have like three quite long books and you try to condense the plot of them into like one film.
Yeah, it's actually the endings and the starts are kind of jumbled up. So because spoiler warning here.
Okay.
It's not really a spoiler because
Close your ears.
the ending from the first book is actually the ending of the entire film. But kind of the events of the third and the second are kind of in the middle, but it kind of ends off with the ending of the first book.
Oh,
It's really weird in continuity.
That sounds confusing. Have you heard of the book series Mortal Engines, like the series by Philip Rook?
Heard of it actually. All right. Next one is
that seriously deserves a movie adaptation. I remember at one point they were considering it. They were talking about condensing the first two books into a single film. That just wouldn't work.
Oh, you really want to know what number 5 is?
Go on.
You know what it is?
Go on, tell me.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, heck yeah.
I actually haven't seen it, honestly. I'm not lying.
Sacrilege! Sacrilege!
I haven't seen it. I've never been able to find it. The other day, I was actually really bored. I spent all afternoon looking for this. I looked on eBay. I actually went out and looked in the DVD shop.
I keep buying a physical copy.
Looking at it, they sold out the day before. I've been looking everywhere. It's not there. And when I find it, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Honestly, if you can put in the comment section below where it is, I'll be happy to know.
What? It's not quite as good as the books because it doesn't. It's not. Oh God, Scott Adams. So it's not quite as good as the books, but it's still pretty good, and it's a surprisingly faithful adaptation, which I think I applaud them for. It's quite hard to do a faithful adaptation, but they did just about pull it off, I'd say. But then, who cares about my opinion?
Anyway, oh, here's another interesting article. What's it called? 8 reasons why we are skeptical of Captain America: Civil War. This is on why it could be a letdown. We've got this. It's on a website called We've Got This Covered. So
sounds like an article you'd find on IGN to me, but come on, let's hear them out. What are they saying?
By the way, this is not going to be.
Well.
All right, sorry. It's loading. Sorry. Oh, it's a video. Or is it? It might be a video.
Might not be. We can't tell.
Or is it? I don't think so. No, it isn't. All right. Number 8 is Spider-Man's role.
Oh yeah. Well, no, because in the actual...
Let's talk about this for a second because.
No. To be fair though, in the actual comic Civil War, Spider-Man does actually play a pretty pivotal role in the comic.
Yeah, I've actually. It's actually one of the only comics I've read. Civil War entirely. I've read a couple of comics, but it's the only one I've actually read entirely, and it's extremely long. There's probably going to be something about condensing it all, but Spider-Man does play a really big part. But
he's hardly in it, but he still plays a major part, which is why I think they would be concerned.
The problem is, he's actually been cast quite recently. It's about a month ago. He was actually cast by someone called Tom Holland. I think it's going to be in a film called In the Heart of the Sea with actually Chris Hemsworth.
Huh.
So I actually will try and check that out. But Spider-Man's role is huge, yet it'll be so condensed because they've already started filming. They started filming in July, and I think it was July. They started it in the summer. I know that, but might be June. But they've already started filming before they actually cast Spider-Man, which is annoying because they've got to change the entire script for Spider-Man unless they added him into the script before they knew about Sony's deal.
I reckon they should have had, we've seen Peter Parker's Spider-Man again and again. I reckon they should have maybe changed it up a bit and done the, Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Or maybe one of the, there's a thing called the Spider-Verse, comic book series.
Yeah, but I reckon they should have done the Miles Morales
if they
guy.
wanted to do something interesting, they should have gone for one of the ones from the alternative universe and kind of put him in the Civil War.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Miles Morales would be a good idea. Or
no, not Miles Morales, but a different person from that. Even because they're about what's that? I think there's about 20. There's about 20 in total.
Basically, replace. So we're saying replace Spider-Man with a different character.
Yeah, but the problem is it's going to be so forced in. Spider-Man's going to be really forced into it that it's not going to really. There's going to be some problems where he's not going to fit in realistically, is he?
Yeah, not going to fit with the plot. That is a bit of a concern, actually.
All right, just a quick thing. There's a thing I want to talk about here just before we move on to the next thing. Apparently Marvel may be cancelling the Inhumans.
Really?
In 2020 because what have they done? They've announced. I think there's a rumor going around that they're getting the rights back to Fantastic Four.
No, we do not need another Fantastic Four reboot, everybody.
Yeah, it's not.
Remember, we still have traumatic memories about the last one.
Yeah, Fantastic. But then they're doing it 5 years after the actual thing. That's like, Spider-Man 3 and The Amazing Spider-Man. There's only a 5-year gap between that. That's too short to reboot it. But they've also got to fit in the Fantastic Four for 2020, so they might be cancelling the Inhumans because of that. But here's also a problem with that. You know Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I don't think you've been watching it. I haven't either. But
I watched the first series and it kind of started to lose me on the second series. But the first series was really good, I have to admit.
Yeah, people say the opposite right after that. I've already watched the third episode. I've watched the first 3 episodes. I haven't really got into it.
Yeah,
as of recent, I might get
off quite slow and sluggish, but it gets pretty good.
I really like the first episode, honestly. But here's the thing. If they're cancelling the Inhumans, then all the build up from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., because the second half is focusing on the Inhumans, the main character has actually been revealed to be half Inhuman. But they are cancelling the film, so the build up is going to have to build up even more, because eventually they've got to do the Inhumans. I mean there have been rumors, there have been things that Vin Diesel is actually wanting to play Black Bolt, the leader of the Inhumans.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So they've got to do the film eventually, but it's going to, even if that takes a while, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they're not going to have enough talent to actually pull off for maybe even another 10 years until this thing's made, which is going to push it back even further and make the series even more dragged out, which is...
God, yeah. The fact is, I have to admit, I kind of preferred Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when it was actually about the S.H.I.E.L.D. Sorry, that's my personal preference, and a lot of people probably disagree with it. But, yeah, it's just flat.
Oh, 1 second. Yeah? No, I'm Michael.
You're Michael.
Oh, that was just my dad. Came in.
Interruptions, so awkward.
Anyway, I think. Oh yeah, let's go on to the next thing for the Civil War thing. What was it? Too many characters.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was actually the thing here is actually pictures of the actual teams that are going to be. So what was it? So
yeah, I've heard about this all these pictures of
the team posters of that is what the team posters, which I'm gonna just call them the team posters, honestly.
The thing is, though, I reckon.
So the first team is Iron Man.
Iron I already know the
Black
teams,
Widow,
by the way.
Black
but
Panther, Vision, and War Machine.
yeah,
and-
I know the teams already, but I think this is quite useful for other people watching.
Yeah, I know. I forgot though. It's been ages since I saw the photos. And then the other team is Captain America, Falcon, Winter Soldier, and Hawkeye. But also there's I forget her name. She's the daughter of Peggy Carter. You know, from the first Captain America film.
Yeah, the one that's isn't she getting her own TV show over in the States or something? Agent Carter. Or
No, that's set in the 1940s. It's already going on right now. I think the first season's already finished.
Really? Any idea how good it was? I don't think it aired on British TV.
Yeah, I know. It surprised me as well. She's part of the team as well. The only thing I don't see there is actually Scarlet Witch.
Wait, I thought Scarlet Witch was already confirmed as being in a team. I'm sure I remember her. I think she's on Iron Man's side. Or is she?
No, apparently these are the official teams that are actually together, and then there are just random people on the side who might be in the teams. But
or is Scarlet Witch one of those?
Apparently, according to the actress who plays her, what's her name?
Yeah.
Elizabeth Olsen.
I'm just gonna say
apparently she's not going to be part of the teams at all.
Yeah,
she's
I'm
just going to be
because Scarlet Witch hates Iron Man, and I don't know whether she particularly likes.
And she has something against. What is it? She's probably more leaning towards the side. I think she probably doesn't like Hawkeye as well, since he kind of.
She just doesn't like Hawkeye because reasons.
Because Quicksilver sacrificed himself to save Hawkeye.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting Hawkeye mixed up with Falcon here. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I said Falcon as well.
But
Hawkeye, so
yeah, I know who Hawkeye is, people.
Kind of going away from both their teams, so she's in the middle with that, isn't she?
That could be interesting. That could develop into something.
Yeah, there's nothing really else here, but there are too many characters. I can understand that.
No, you see, I think, and I'm going to make the argument here, that there are too few characters.
What do you mean? It's about... What's that about? There's about 20 main characters in this.
You've read the comics.
Yeah, I mean, you've also got Nick Fury, Maria Hill. I think, what's his name?
No.
Agent Coulson is going to be back in this as well.
Listen.
You've also got Scarlet Witch. Who else?
Dude. Hey, you've read Civil War. You've seen some of those epic fights between literally hundreds of superheroes. You can't replicate that with 20. It's more of a civil brawl than a civil war.
Yeah, I know. But remember that scene where Falcon and Ant-Man
I'm
fought?
trying to talk here. The comic books were actually a genuine war. Instead of just a bit of a scrap. That's why I think it. But also, you've got stuff like Reed Richards being key to the creation of the cyborg Thor thing. If I recall correctly, it's kind of long since I've done this whole thing.
Oh, by the way, before we actually start, wait, what's that? Oh, sorry, it's just an advert for Guitar Hero with James Franco and Seth Rogen in. But anyway, number 6 is actually the lack of Fantastic Four.
Yeah, because
here's the thing: they are an important part with the team literally being split down the middle with
by the whole thing.
With
I said, with the whole. Sorry, you go second.
Yeah, they've got 2 people on the Captain America side, 2 people on the Iron Man side, so it literally splits the relationship in half, and it is such an essential part. But I'm happy it hasn't got them in, but it hasn't got some characters in, but it needs the Fantastic Four in. They're such a pivotal part.
Yeah, they're they not only are they part essential to the plot, it's like I said, the whole Reed Richards cyborg Thor thing. They are also, I think, quite important to the more emotional side of it, showing how this conflict.
Anyway, this kind of
friends and family.
Alright, here's the next point. We don't really have much to say about Fantastic Four, really.
No, I hardly know anything about
Alright, but here's the thing. This kind of links into the 7th one, which the teams are too small. I kind of agree with that because there's only about 5 people each team. But it's a problem with that. The teams on there might be more people on there because you've still got Spider-Man on that. He's definitely going to be on a team. And apparently they're kind of going to do a version where he's with Captain America rather than Iron Man this time. But that'll be a lot of rewrites for that. But I doubt he's going to be with Captain America's team. But to be fair, it only is about 5 people on each team. But since they haven't introduced as many characters into the universe yet, that would make sense. Oh wait! Oh god! I think I actually got something wrong.
Well, sorry.
Sorry. It does make sense. I got this wrong though.
Oh right.
You know when I said that about the teams? Let me just check. Is he actually there? Oh. I am completely wrong. What do we call it? Ant-Man's on Captain America's team as well. He's on Hawkeye's shoulder.
Oh, that's.
This small form is on Hawkeye's shoulder.
I hope they do
it tricked me.
Yeah, but you know how Ant-Man made advantage of the whole shrinking thing? I hope they do something with that in this one. Like, even if it's just a little one scene, it'd be nice to see that.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. So, number 4 is, it could be another Iron Man 2. Now, I find Iron Man 2 to be actually quite decent.
Never seen it. Heard it's bad. Can't really say.
It's decent. But, apparently, so, it's got a jam-packed sequel with, it's basically a jam-packed sequel with too much in, and too much characters being added in.
Yeah.
So it could be the Captain America's. It could be the Captain America's version of the first Thor and Iron Man 2. It could be because every superhero trilogy has to have that one bad point. So far, the worst one in the Captain American ones is First Avenger. I highly doubt this is going to be the worst. I highly doubt this is going to be. I doubt this is going to be the best.
Because, like, How Do You Beat the Winter Soldier? That is a great film.
Yeah, because Winter Soldier is actually my favorite comic book film.
Yeah, of course.
In general, honestly.
So, what else is on the list then?
So, that's the next one is. Sorry, I'm just waiting for it to come up. There hasn't been enough build-up. That is right, because there were no mentions to it in. There were no mentions to it in Age of Ultron.
Actually,
it was literally planned at the last moment, apparently.
No, because I'm sure there is a sort of subtle reference in it. Like, you know, the whole thing with,
Yeah, but I feel like they literally planned this, for the Phase 3 announcement. They were announcing they were doing that.
Oh,
but
they wanted
after
to have
they
completed
completed filming, the Avengers, they actually finished it. They actually, they realized, Avengers Age of Ultron, they realized, for Phase 3 announcements, let's do Captain America Civil War. That'll get people in the seats.
Yeah, they just want something big to talk about.
Yeah, you know that end credit scene, you know, with
oh yeah.
they're saying they needed help and stuff?
Yeah.
Apparently that's a scene from Captain America Civil War. You know,
the
the end.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, at the end of Captain America First Avenger, the scene where Nick Fury comes up to Captain America.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually a scene in the Avengers, but I think that was actually the director's cut or something.
Didn't make it into the version I've seen. But, interesting. I just feel like I think my biggest problem with Captain America Civil War is the fact that they're basically doing the wrong movie at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it feels like basically like Avengers film, not a Captain America film. It doesn't look like a Captain America film to me at all.
Apparently it's going to be Avengers 2.0.
Yeah, it basically is.
No, 2.5, sorry.
Yeah, you know, it basically is. That's my problem. It Doesn't feel like a Captain America film.
The thing I liked about Captain America Winter Soldier, he actually had stuff to do to change the entire universe. Now this is literally the pivotal point in the entire universe. And it felt like, oh god, this is meant for the Avengers. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
But listen. Okay, let's end off that and let's go with number 2. Batman vs Superman will overshadow it. Now,
Oh yeah.
hear me out here. I bet Batman vs Superman will be the number 1 highest grossing film of the year.
Yeah.
Captain America Civil War will be number 3.
So,
You know what will overshadow it?
Oh yeah, let me guess.
Star Wars Rogue Nation. Rogue Nation.
Rogue
No,
Nation?
Rogue One, sorry. That will
Rogue
overshadow.
Squadron.
Yeah, because
No, that's a game, isn't
Batman
it?
vs Superman.
But yeah, Batman.
It's Batman versus Superman.
Need
These are
we say
2
more
iconic
people?
comic book characters. The 2 most iconic comic book characters in the trio of superhero characters, which are universally known, along with Spider-Man. But this will beat Captain America: Civil War unless it's a big.
It's absolutely terrible, which seems quite unlikely.
It's definitely going to be better than Man of Steel, obviously.
I haven't seen Man
I would
of
imagine
Steel,
it
but
will definitely be better than Man of Steel. I think that's certain from the trailer so
I
far.
have seen Man of Steel, and it doesn't actually look too bad to me. Like, from what I've seen.
God.
I can't, from what I've seen
From
of it, I
my
don't get why
top
people
10
hate it.
worst comic book films list, I did a video on that.
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
Yeah, it's number 2.
What's worst? Batman and Robin.
Yeah, it's my least favourite film. What do you expect?
I wonder
Batman
why.
and Robin is.
Okay, so what number are we on this list?
So we're on number 2 now, with Batman will overshadow it. And number 1, Captain America isn't going to die. Is that a pivotal? I can't remember if that's a pivotal part in it, but if he died in the end of that,
that would suck.
No, it would, yeah, but it would be actually really interesting as well. It'll be the only thing that gets the universes kind of, the sides back together to actually fight in Infinity War and stuff like that.
Actually, you've got a good point there.
Yeah, it would combine them back, because at the end of the film, apparently it's going to be 3 hours long, because it's about, it's about 15 issues in the Civil War, and they're all quite extensive. They're all big, thick books, with the actual side on. Yeah. No, they're actually thick books. They're actually quite thick. One issue is really thick, and then it's quite big. The entire thing packed together, it's quite extensive. But it's so much stuff in there. It's gonna be obviously 3 hours. I might go over that, but apparently the director's cut for Age of Ultron is actually over 3 hours long. It's about 3 hours and 40 minutes, which is longer than Titanic.
That may give an explanation as to why Age of Ultron lacks that direction. So I bet you
because a lot of stuff was cut out.
Yeah, I mean, because Age of Ultron feels too cluttered and lacks direction, and that's probably why. Cause a lot of expositional key scenes got cut out. It's a bit of a pity, really.
A lot of stuff was cut out of that, but that would be a brilliant part of Captain America died. But unfortunately, Chris Evans has said if they want him to come back to sign another contract, he will, even though he wants to do directing now.
Okay, he wants to be a director.
Well, he does, yeah.
Don't know how good he'd be. Maybe if it turns out he's like a brilliant director, I will.
He directed a film called, what was it? He released it this year. I think it was a romantic comedy. Apparently, it was actually quite good.
Okay, you know what? I'm prepared to hear him out on this whole directing thing. I'm gonna be open-minded. I'm gonna see what he does. So those are the reasons why Captain America's gonna fail. Captain America Civil War is gonna fail. Sorry.
It might.
Then again, do you honestly think it'll fail?
I would say it will be along the lines of Age of Ultron, definitely. But you know, it's all the hype around it that
All that hype for all that disappointment.
that also crushed Age of Ultron.
Yeah, that was the problem
That's
with Age
what
of
happened.
Ultron.
It got Joss Whedon to quit directing, apparently.
All that hype for all that disappointment.
But anyway,
maybe Age of Ultron turns.
Here are 10 of the biggest cinematic letdowns of 2015 so far.
Age of Ultron.
Anyway, number 1 is Tomorrowland. I've seen this. I saw this on a plane when I was coming back from Japan.
Okay. Any good?
Oh, yeah, it's a lot better than other live action Disney films. This apparently was the reason they cancelled Tron 3, which I'm still angry about. I thought Tron was decent, it was decent enough. I don't know why it's got cult status, but I can understand it does.
Which, the
but
reboot?
Tron Legacy, honestly, in my opinion, is my favourite live action Disney film.
But then, I suppose...
No, honestly, it is.
In the effects department, I think Tron Legacy does hold up better than the original.
Yeah, and it gives us the greatest soundtrack of one of them. One of the greatest soundtracks of the 2010s.
I haven't heard it. Is it good?
I honestly don't see... I see stuff wrong with it, but I don't see a lot of stuff other people see wrong with it. Anyway, that's Tomorrowland.
What's the soundtrack like then? Is it kind of like pulsing electro-style music? Because I love that kind of thing.
Alright, I've just looked at all of the things that are on.
So you have an idea of what's
list.
coming.
Okay,
I don't.
so what the next one is Chappie.
Yeah.
That was
see where they're coming.
That was a letdown, but I find it's definitely better than Elysium.
You mean Elysium or Elysium? However you pronounce it.
Elysium. I think that's actually how you pronounce it. Elysium. It's better than that. It's kind of in the middle of the Blomkamp films. But if you look at it, it's the same story over and over again. If you look at it in detail. Well, yeah, I thought it was quite good actually. But anyway, Age of Ultron is one of. You were right about that. Yeah, cinematic letdowns, not box office bombs.
Yeah, because Age of Ultron, I don't know, I think Age of Ultron did alright in the box office, didn't it? Like, hardly making loads of money.
But anyway, number 4 was actually Black Mass. You know, the Johnny Depp film where he plays a prisoner. You know that
honestly,
that guy.
I've never heard of that, but I'll play along. Why?
But it was good. So here's the plot. It's basically Johnny Depp plays this prisoner. It's a real life prisoner. Donnie Brasco.
Haven't heard
of him. He was kind of an informant for the police in the mafia, and then the police kind of protected him out of prison and stuff. So they kind of made him keep up appearances and stuff. So he could be the informant. All right. So another one was actually something I heard vaguely about. Trainwreck. Written and directed and starred Amy Schumer.
What was it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, you heard of that, but not Mass. I'm surprised.
I remember reading a review of that. Apparently, it was kind of meh.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
Anyway, kind of style.
I'm worried in case the video gets censored about this next name. It's called Get Hard.
I may have heard of this.
The Will Ferrell.
I've seen far more foul-mouthed up videos on YouTube anyway, so don't worry.
And Kevin Hart. Apparently that was a letdown. It's actually the one. Actually, I actually haven't seen Black Mass or Trainwreck. I should see Black Mass. It hasn't come out in the UK yet.
Really? Oh, that sucks.
No, it comes out in November. But anyway, and another one is actually you'll be surprised at this. Jurassic World
Oh god.
was a cinematic letdown.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, we can.
I love Jurassic World, and I think
Oh,
the
yeah, it's
reason
one of my
is
best.
it's all the butthurt fanboys of the original. You can never satisfy fans. No matter how good the
No.
remake is, they'll
People are
still
expecting it to be as good
nitpick
as
and
the
despise.
original, but it's not. You can understand that, but
I-
it's better than the 2 sequels. To be fair,
No,
it's
Jurassic
the best
World.
sequel.
Jurassic World is the best Jurassic Park sequel. Not saying much, but you know.
Yeah, it's a good film. It's definitely the best of the sequels. Anyway, the next one is Terminator Genesis. I actually saw this when it came out on DVD again, which is actually really recent. That was like last week.
Yeah, I heard Terminator Genesis was not exactly impressive. So, were the critics right? Were the critics right? Seriously, I want to know, were the critics right? What did you think of it?
Anyway, so the next one was Pan, which was also panned, bombed at the box office with 150 million in a budget.
How much did it make?
So far, after about, what was it? Actually been quite a few weeks. It's about nearly a month now. October 2nd it was released.
Seriously?
Very late. In America it was released. It came out 16th of October here. Domestic, so far it's made 20 million. Foreign, it's made 30 million.
That's not good,
50
is it?
million so far. That's a third of its budget worldwide.
So the critics aren't giving it love, are they?
Yeah, it's at 26%. Same as actually Terminator Genesis.
I think
So the reason they, I don't understand this.
No,
Why
because
would you make
the
Pan?
critic hate does have anything to do with what I think looks like a heavy overuse of CGI.
Yeah, apparently that's what it's like, and it's not very believable. But
Peter Pan never was really believable. In fact, it was quite creepy when you think about it.
Yeah, I actually grew up with Hook.
Oh yeah.
Finding it a bit boring.
Hook apparently was alright. I can't remember.
I've seen it twice, and when I was younger, one when I was younger and one when I'm older. I found it great the second time, but I found it a bit boring the first time I watched it when I was about three, I think.
Yes, well you were 3. You didn't have a very long attention span, did you?
No. I found a lot of things boring. The only thing I didn't find boring was Toy Story and A Bug's Life and Monsters Inc. Well, I didn't find.
They were all great films, though. So
yeah, I know. I didn't find Pixar boring. I think a lot of people could say that, but anyway.
How could you find Pixar boring? Tell me.
I don't know, but I haven't seen Inside Out yet.
You haven't. You still haven't seen it. You have to watch it. Like now, it's great.
I really should. You know what?
Great film. Seriously, watch it. Like
literally after we finish this, I'm going to Sainsbury's. I'm buying it.
Good. Go to Sainsbury's, buy it, come back.
Or it might be tomorrow morning, but who cares?
Tell me what you thought, brother.
Anyway, and the last but not least, I bet you can guess this one.
Trying to think of cinematic letdown. Go on.
Oh no, guess. It's really obvious.
I don't know.
We've mentioned it in this video.
I feel really dumb now. I can't remember. What is it?
No, it's actually really obvious once you know what it is. Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
Why didn't I think of that? Oh, it's so stupid!
I think I would have thought of that, but it would have been really hard. Yeah, I know. It's really obvious now, isn't it?
I feel like a moron. An absolute
Just something about it. Anyway, we can't really talk about that. We haven't seen it, have we?
No, we haven't, but we've all heard about how bad it is.
Yeah, it came out when I was in a holiday for 2 weeks in Japan, so I didn't really have a chance to see it. And by the time I came back, it was getting, what was it, about 2 days left to see it, and they were both at times I wasn't able to see it, so I never saw.
Just gonna say, wouldn't waste money like getting it on DVD. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's bad. Like super bad.
Anyway, I'm just trying to look for another article.
Well, let's talk about some other interesting stuff in the meanwhile.
So, anyway.
What can you think of? Any ideas what we could discuss?
Honestly, I can't really find anything.
Come on, gotta be something.
There's 10 horror film remakes you didn't know were in the works, but I don't think we need to watch that.
Yes, I don't think
Read
we
that.
need to know, personally.
Because I don't really know a lot about horror films. I definitely know more than you, I can say that.
Yeah, I've hardly
watched nearly all of the George A. Romero Dead films, even the 2000 ones.
Did you watch?
All right, here we go. Let's just read this and find something that kind of spreads out of this. 4 ancient TV shows that need to be cancelled.
Okay, go on. Try me.
Is it time to cancel these ancient TV shows? All right.
Is one Family Guy by any chance?
All right, number one. I think it's something else probably. But anyway, number 1 is Law and Order. Never watched it. Number 2 is NCIS.
These are all American TV shows, aren't they?
Yeah, well, obviously. All right, and Grey's Anatomy.
That's not supposed to be good, is it? I mean,
Criminal
I can't remember,
Minds.
but I've not heard good.
Criminal Minds. My dad's actually watching that at the moment.
Any
About
good?
8 seasons so far.
Oh, that kind of thing. Any good then?
I don't know. I haven't seen them. Oh, I think there's actually something I can. Yeah, I think. Oh, there's a previous page of Zergnet that I forgot about.
Oh, go on. Consider we're pretty clueless on that topic.
Alright, sorry, I'm trying to look at something that's not about TV shows and something we both can kind of think about. What the heck? Anyway, so where's Luke Skywalker in Force Awakens. It's from, we've got this covered again.
Okay.
I've probably gonna have to pause the
Excuse me,
trailer.
go on.
So copyright. Alright. There's a trailer here for the Force Awakens final trailer. Let's turn sound off, shall we?
I think the trailer the entire internet has watched by now.
Yeah, yes, it has, obviously.
Bit of a rough generalisation,
I watched it before
correct.
you. The very night it came out, I watched it before you.
Yeah.
The security guard theory. Is Luke Skywalker in a secret location guarding a Sith tomb? This theory speculates that the tomb contains a powerful evil which Kylo Ren and his knights wish to unleash among the stars.
That actually sounds pretty plausible.
Yeah, I've heard that. Alright, can you pause the video for a minute? Can you pause it for a second?
Okay, give me a sec. Okay, there we go.